What is up, guys? Welcome back. So today I want to talk about a very important topic, especially if you deal with health anxiety, and it's trying to determine if this is anxiety once again, or is this something dangerous or something serious that I need to get checked out by a doctor. I ran into this problem multiple times a day for years. It was one of the biggest struggles. What if I don't go, and what if it's something terrible? What if this time, what if this time something bad happens because I didn't go get checked out? I'm going to go ahead and first of all tell you that this is going to have to be a personal decision for you. I'm here just speaking off of my experience and what helped me. Maybe some of this can give you a little bit of hope or some insight, or maybe some brainstorming material to kind of help you get through this period of time, because a big thing that we're trying to do, guys, is to accept that this is anxiety and it's not a disease, or it's not a heart attack, or it's not a stroke, that I'm going to get through this just like I get through all the other times. And eventually we hope that the subconscious will finally feel safe, the symptoms will die down, we start to desensitize, and then hopefully we can move on from this like I was eventually able to do. But it's a process, it takes time, and I want to be clear here, guys. I am not telling you right now to not go to a doctor or to go to, you have to make that decision for you. I want to make that clear. This isn't me saying stop going to the doctor and all this stuff. You're going to have to decide when it's time to not get another test, when it's the time to not call 911, when it's, you know what I mean? And I get it. It feels like you're risking your life by not doing it. I'm just going to be here to say, to get past health anxiety, you are going to always have to be okay with there being the tiniest statistical chance that maybe there was something wrong, or a misdiagnosis, or this could be different. There's always going to be the tiniest chance associated with anything in this life, whether you get into a car, get in a plane, eat a dish of food at a restaurant. There's always going to be that tiniest chance. But that little tiny chance was running my life, and I wasn't living anyways. And all I knew was that day after day after day, I was waking up, I was still alive, that I didn't get told I had cancer, that I didn't get told I had something wrong with my heart. But I was missing out on life, and it was just this rain cloud of health anxiety that was just following me anywhere. Hanging out with my friends, getting up out of bed, being at work. I was just miserable all the time, constantly thinking about death, dying, disease. I've told my story in many different ways on this channel, time and time again, so a lot of you know my background. But I'm going to give you some things that can help you. I didn't pick this up quickly. These are things that I picked up over years, and I've talked about a few of these things in certain videos, but I'm going to kind of put it all together and package it up for this video, so hopefully you guys enjoy this. So the first thing that I think you guys should do is to compare this to what you have felt in the past with your anxiety, okay? I'm not talking about other things like pains that you've had in your life. I'm talking about just straight up anxiety. Is this similar to what you felt? Are the tremors that you're experiencing the same as you felt before? Is the chest pain that you're having pretty much the same as it was before? The fast heart rate, the adrenaline, the nervous stomach, the headache, the tension, whatever that, because guys, I can sit here and name off 1,000 symptoms and sensations. Whatever it is this something that you have felt before in the past? The challenge arises, and we'll get into this in a second, whenever it feels like it's something different or new, but we'll get into that in a second. But there were many times where I had something that I had yesterday. And instead of me trying to be rational and tell myself, look, I had this yesterday, nothing happened, I felt pretty much the same way. There might be little variations in the symptom, but pretty much I felt the same exact thing yesterday, all throughout the day. I didn't die, or I got checked out, told I was fine. I was told I was fine, excuse me. And here I am today thinking, oh my God, it's going to happen, or what's this about? Or, it's like I'm so shocked or surprised. So if you can look back and it's similar to a lot of occasions that, you've had this particular symptom and it was similar to those situations, then hey, there's maybe some insight or some evidence that maybe this could be anxiety as well. So that's the first thing that you can do. You can look at your past anxiety experiences and see if this is similar to those. If a lot of this, guys, is whenever we feel a sensation or symptom, from something small to an adrenaline rush, we go right into like, oh my God, what's happening? What organ is in that area? What disease could be associated with that part of my body? Or, oh my God, this sucks, heart attack, heart attack. And we don't take the time to be rational and to think about things. We're not meant really to be rational, especially if we're going into panic or fight or flight. So we go directly to what we know best, being irrational, and we start trying to save our lives, protect ourselves by going through these thought processes. What we need to do is we just need to sit down, be rational, okay? Make a conscious effort to be rational. Look back. Is this similar to what I felt yesterday or the day before or last month? Sometimes we could have a symptom, during this month, and then we don't have that symptom for 6 months and it pops up again and we kind of forget about it, But a lot of you guys are having symptoms that you're having pretty much daily, or you've had them in the past. If it's similar to what you felt in the past and you've been checked out and you've done all that stuff for this particular set of symptoms or symptom, then there's a really good chance that this is anxiety again. The next thing, guys, that you can do, again, not a perfect system. This whole thing isn't a perfect system. I'm just trying to help some of you out with acceptance and show you what I did. It can be a pain versus a fear test. How much pain am I in compared to how much fear that I have? And I know they can coexist, okay? But from my experience in my past life, some of the most painful things that I went through, there was nowhere near as much fear combined with it as I had whenever I would have panic attacks and then have symptoms or, symptoms with anxiety, okay? I broke my arm in half. I've told, this story about breaking my arm, having abscesses. I've had horrible chronic ear infections as a young person. I've had to get stitches. I've cut my head open where you could see my freaking skull. I've had gout before. So I know real bad pain, okay? And I'm telling you, it's probably 20% of the fear that I have if I'm having a panic attack or if I just have some symptoms and I'm worried about being cancer, right? So I want you guys, again, to make an attempt to be rational when you feel these things. How much pain am I in? Now, am I trying to diminish your symptoms? No, I'm not. I know anxiety causes pain, and it can cause a lot of it, and a lot of it can be chronic, okay? But just for me, in comparison to the fear, which one is overwhelming? And I really honestly could point to the fear component. Whether I had chest pain or had a tension headache, I never had migraines or nothing severe like that, so I know that's probably different. The stomach cramping or the IBS symptoms, I felt like the fear was still a lot more overwhelming than the symptom itself. The symptom was still there. It was obvious. It was still bad. But my fear was so much worse, if that makes sense. The unknown, what is this? What could happen? Am I about to die? The racing thoughts. So I want you guys to try to figure that out and weigh that, if that makes sense. Am I feeling more pain, more physical pain, way more physical symptoms, or am I feeling more fearful, scared about what's going to happen? Is my mind racing? Do I have impending doom? That whole thing. Next thing, guys, is you compare this to some of your worst pains that you've ever been through in your life to kind of help you gauge, should I go get help for this? And again, this is just something that I did. I'm not saying it's a perfect system. I mentioned breaking my arm, okay? I mentioned if you've ever had a horrible abscess in your mouth from a tooth decay or whatever, a tooth infection, that is agonizing. There have been many women that have said that that's way worse than child labor, okay? Horrible chronic ear infections. I'm talking about pains that'll keep you up night after night until you get help for it. I've had situations like that. I split my head open. I had gout, one of the worst things that you can experience. I could not walk for 2 weeks, guys. I got it in my ankle, and I had to hop around. I didn't even have crutches. If anything touched my ankle, horrible freaking shooting pains. Horrible. It was hellacious, right? So if you think about it, compare what you're going through right now with some of the worst pains that you've had in your life. And I can go back to the fear component thing. How much of this is fear? How much of this is pain? A lot of times in those situations, whenever I had the bad, painful experiences, I just knew I needed to go to the hospital to get help or to get medicine or to get attention. There wasn't anywhere near as much fear as there was with panic attacks. It seems ironic, like I am in a situation. I could get sepsis from this infection. My gout, I can't freaking walk. My arm is hanging on, barely, I broke it in half clean. But ironically, there still was not as much fear in that situation, but a lot worse pain than what I'm experiencing right now with my anxiety. So you can look at some of your past experiences and compare the amount of pain when you did have to go get checked out or you did require medication or medical attention. So for some of you, it could be COVID or getting sick. For some of you, it could be, a sprain or a broken arm or an injury, getting stitches, having a bad fall, an infection, something. So that's something else that could possibly help you gauge the seriousness of the situation. Guys, another thing is coming up with a rule system. This is especially important if you experience new symptoms and sensations. That's part of the journey, right? At some point, we're gonna feel something new, whether it's caused by anxiety or it's not caused by anxiety. Our body's just gonna have different symptoms and sensations. And even whenever we're getting better and we're coming out of a cycle, I still believe that we're still in a pretty sensitive state compared to other people. Maybe not as hypersensitive as you were when you were in the deepest part of that cycle, but I think it lingers. We still have this what am I trying to say? Hyper focus where we're trying to protect ourselves. It's just a habit that takes a while to go away. We're still looking for things. We're still in the habit of protecting ourselves, if that makes sense. So we're always scanning and stuff like that. That just takes time. So at some point, you're probably going to experience a different symptom or a new sensation. Now, this is tough. This is hard. I didn't experience this before. This isn't similar to something that I've had in the past. So eventually, something that I had to do to keep me out of the health anxiety spiral, at least, and to help me with new sensations, was I had to come up with a rule system for me. I'm not saying that these are going to be the exact rules for you, and I'm not saying it's a perfect system, but I had to come up with something to help myself to determine, should I get help now or should I wait and all this? So am I bleeding from anywhere? Am I coughing up blood? Am I peeing blood? Am I pooping blood? Now, sure, that happens if you have hemorrhoids, and I've had that in the past. So that can still happen, and there's nothing be really bad wrong with you. But, am I coughing up blood? Am I nauseous, really nauseous? Again, this is great because sometimes anxiety can cause nausea and vomiting. But for me, it didn't really ever cause that as much. So I'm not super nauseated, okay? I'm not throwing up, okay? So that's good. Pain, we did talk about the pain level, okay? How much is this pain and how much is this fear and wonderment of what it is, right? Is it very tolerable compared to my other pains that I've had in my life? So I kind of tied that into this rule system as well. Am I bent over in pain? Am I in excruciating pain? Does this pain compare to times where I've had to get attention for this? Guys, the sun came out at the worst time. Sorry about that. So that was a rule. Something else, rules. No Googling, okay? No checking, no pushing, no poking, no prodding, no pushing energy to this area, because then anxiety can take over and it can replicate it and cause it to continue happening, whether that be a sensation in your stomach, a sensation in your throat. Guys, I had cycles start that I don't even think were caused by anxiety. I think something just weird happened and then I got scared of it and I just prolonged it. So I'm not gonna do those old things. So that's part of the rules as well. I'm not gonna push, poke, prod, massage, touch all over, feel all over it. I'm not gonna check the vital stuff, and I'm not gonna do any Googling and research, okay? I gotta trust that I'm gonna know when something is wrong. That's what we have to start being able to do. We have to just trust that we are gonna know if something is wrong, and it's just gonna be different, or it's gonna be on a different level than what we've experienced through our anxiety journey. At some point, if we wanna get out of this, you know what I mean? If we wanna hang on to that tiny chance, then I get it, guys. Like, there's always gonna be that tiny chance, but we are gonna be miserable forever. So at some point, part of getting past this is letting go of control of that tiny chance that something could be different this time, or that this could be something different, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm all over the place with my words today. But anyways, you gotta have a rule system. And then the next thing is like, when do I go? Well, if I have something that's been nagging me, say there's a pain in my stomach or whatever, and I haven't been drawing a lot of attention, I've been doing the best that I can, I haven't done any research, I'm not touching it, I'm not poking at it, I'm doing everything else that I need to do. Like, I eat pretty healthy, I'm working out, my stress hasn't been super bad, and it's been a week or so or a little bit longer, then maybe I'll make an appointment, and maybe making that appointment, like has happened with me with other symptoms in the past, was enough to let that symptom go away, because I know I'm gonna get some help for it if I need to. I'm gonna get it checked out, and I'm gonna figure it out, and we'll handle that whenever that appointment comes up. So you'll have to come up with a time period of how long do I wait before I get it checked out. But you need to be doing all those other things. The other boxes need to be checked. Pain, vomiting? You know, do you actually really feel sick? You know, extreme weight loss. I can go on and on about all those things. The pushing, the poking, the prodding, the Googling, all those things. So you need to have a rule system for certain situations, and this is gonna help you eventually get out of this. And guys, again, this is not the perfect system. Anxiety is gray. Anxiety recovery is very gray. Everybody has different experiences. I'm not in your body feeling exactly what you're feeling. I'm sure I've experienced a lot of what you've experienced, but I can't technically tell you I've experienced the exact same little sensation that you're having. My pain threshold might be different than your pain threshold. And I also will say, anxiety, in my opinion, since we're so hypersensitive, I feel like it makes our pain threshold even lower. Sure, we're strong and we're brave for having to go through this, but I think our sensitivity makes us feel things so much more than people that don't have this. You know, so instead of chest pain being a 2 out of 10, it feels like a 5 out of 10, for instance. So it's not a perfect system. Again, I'm just trying to share with you what helped me and what was going through my mind to get out of it, because I did get past this. I can't tell you when to see a doctor. I'm not trying to play your doctor today, but I think it's fair to you guys to at least share my experience and my thought process. It could help some of you. So we got to put our foot in the door, you know what I mean? And try to be rational in those moments when we feel something or experience something, whether it's similar to your past or if it's a new sensation, and we have to interrupt what we're usually doing, which is spiraling, catastrophizing, going into overprotective mode, and you know that leads to the symptom prolonging and getting worse, and then we're having a panic attack, and then we're calling 911, and doing that all over again. But I hope this helped you guys. If you want more help, I got a great course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. It's helped so many people. I'm going to read you a review real quick. I did this boot camp and redid it 3 times. It took my anxiety from an 8 to a 2. It's amazing that I can go weeks without anxiety. That's just another example of somebody that's getting a ton of benefit out of it. I've read you many reviews in these videos, so take advantage of that. Very affordable. It's a step-by-step process on how I got out of panic attacks, generalized anxiety disorder, and then health anxiety. So I love you guys. Please check that out if you want more help. I'll put that link down in the description and the first pinned comment. And I have other resources down there, guys. Please like this video if you got value. And until next time, keep fighting.